What's going on, y'all? I am back once again, and today we're going to be checking out 11 more underrated cars that you should buy on Greenville, just in case they go off sale or they get removed for whatever reason. And I just want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for 2,000 views on the last video. I mean, I know this game is like really popular on Roblox, so I kind of expected that, but at the same time, it's like the most viewed video on my channel by a landslide. Like, my first video to get 1,000 views was posted like 3 months ago, so I really appreciate it. Appreciate the subs. Let's try to get it 500. Yeah, just I don't know what to say. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support. Y'all wanted another video, so here we go. Alright, so for the first car on the list, it's going to be the 2007 Ford Crown Vic, aka the 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis, aka the 2007 Lincoln Town Car. So these cars are pretty much all the same. They're all on the Panther platform. Unfortunately, the Mercury does have like the ugly decal lights. It doesn't have updated lights. I really recommend the Town Car if you want a nicer looking Crown Vic, kind of more updated, or you can just go with the original, the classic. Oh, and there's also the 2004 Mercury Marauder, which is kind of like a more sporty Crown Vic. It is pretty expensive though, but it does not require a game pass. None of the cars require a game pass, which is pretty nice, so they're all affordable. The Crown Vic starts out at $4,500, so pretty cheap, and it goes all the way up to 12K, I think, 11K. Yeah, so pretty affordable. The specs, it's not that fast, but it is like an old luxury car, so to be expected. Startup is decent, a nice little V8. It does have running lights right there on the front. It has high beams, low beams, all updated lights. And you got a guy out right here. That's pretty nice. Yeah, this car is just a really nice cruising car. Or if you're role playing as like an elder, I guess, or like a teenager with his first car or whatever, then I really recommend this car. It's just super nice, very floaty, luxury car. And yeah, it just looks really nice in my opinion, very classy looking. And yeah, that's gonna be the #1 entry. Alright, for the next entry on the list is honestly quite a weird one, and a lot of you guys might not really care about this one, so you can skip it if you want, but it's gonna be the 2009 Wolfsburg Crouton, aka the 2009 Volkswagen Routan. So if you don't know what this van is, it's pretty much like Volkswagen's attempt of having a minivan, and it's pretty much a rebadged Dodge Caravan. That's pretty much all this van is, and it's not loading for some reason. But none of the trims require a game pass. It's only $12,000 or under, about 10K, 9K. So pretty affordable van. Yeah, you can kind of see from like the side profile alone, it does kind of look like a Dodge Caravan. But other than that, you can't really tell at all. And you probably never heard of this van because it was a huge flop in the US. But yeah. Ooh, kind of a cool startup actually. It does have running lights. It has high beams, low beams, fog lights. It does have decal low beams, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal. Nice reverse lights. Overall, a pretty nice van. So if you want to like do a family role play or whatever, and it drives well, it looks pretty decent in my opinion. I don't know if it looks better than the Caravan. I kind of prefer the Caravan. I didn't recommend the Caravan just because it's like an older model, pretty outdated. This is way more updated, so yeah. For the next car on the list, it's going to be another Volkswagen, but it's actually going to be a fictional one, and that's going to be the 2009 Wolfsburg Glide Combi, and the real car is the 2009 Volkswagen Jetta wagon, of course. And the trim that I got is the, let me see real quick, the SLX Clean Diesel. This is the trim that I'm going to recommend if you like diesels. It gets pretty decent miles per gallon. It sounds nice, and it's diesel, of course. Diesels are cool, and it is pretty affordable. Oh my god, $27,000, Jesus. And for being a fictional car, it actually looks very nice. Like, it has headlight textures, it looks really good. You could even argue that it looks better than the real Jetta, but yeah. Oh yeah, that nice diesel sound. It does have running lights, has fog lights, high beams, updated lights everywhere, of course, and it just looks really nice. I have this cool plate on it, and yeah, like honestly, this is just a super nice looking wagon. If you're into wagons and you're a Euro head, you know, you like Euro cars, then I definitely recommend it. It just looks so sleek. Alright, for the next car, we are going to take a more sportier turn, and we're going to head towards the 2009 Navara Horizon, aka the 2009 Nissan GTR, which you probably already know. but it's only 70 grand. It does require the sports pass, and there's only one trim, which is a base trim, but it is pretty reasonable. 183 miles per hour, 480 horsepower, and I mean 19 miles per gallon. That's exceptional. That's not too bad for a sports car, or I guess a supercar from back then. And yeah, a lot of you guys probably never even see this being driven around. I low-key forgot that it was in the game until like a few months ago, but it looks super nice. Beefy V6, no fog lights. It does have high beams, updated lights all around. It has these really cool kind of machine gun looking lights, which I'm a big fan of. I got the blink plate on mine, and yeah, it's just super old school looking. It's a chubby cheek GTR, and yeah, and I'll just do a quick speed test real quick. Oh, there's a train. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I didn't even see the train. That's kind of my bad. Alright, and for the next car, I'm going to throw another curveball, and it's going to be quite an expensive one too. And that's going to be the 2012 Deja Vu Tradition, aka the 2012 Fisker Karma. Now, you probably never seen this car ever on the road, both in real life and in Greenville. Nobody bought these because these are like 60 grand, 70 grand. And Doug DeMero did review this car, and he thought that it was awful, which is understandable. I mean, for the price, it was pretty trash, but it did make some cool appearances. Like, it made an appearance in Lab Rats, and it's just pretty cool in my opinion. It does require the luxury pass, and it's 60 grand, like I said earlier. It weighs, get this, 5,000 pounds at 200 horsepower. However, you do get 572 miles, so that's decent, I guess. And a lot of people didn't only hate the price, some of them did not like the looks of it. I personally think it's really cool looking. And another cool quirk, when you switch it to gas mode, it does have side exit exhaust, which is actually kind of bad because they're located in front of the driver. So if you like roll your window down to like catch a breeze or whatever, you're gonna get fumes into the cabin, so that's not a great idea. It does have decal lights, no high beams, no fog lights. It does have cool kind of machine gun looking lights on the front, but yeah, it's not too bad. In drive, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be in electric mode, and when you switch it to gas, then it's going to be into gas mode. So it is a hybrid, and it gets decent mileage, and it's somewhat quick actually. It's hauling, and that does have like 8 gears, which is quite a lot. It's only in automatic, so if you like driving manual or semi, then too bad, you're only going to be in automatic. But the only problem with this car that I have is that if you set the cruise control to 56 miles per hour, or just like the speed limit, it's gonna constantly rev up for no reason. It's just gonna like constantly rev up unless you go on like a downhill. But if you like go on any incline, like any slight incline, or if you're just cruising, sometimes it's constantly going to rev, which is pretty annoying in my opinion, at least if you play with sound. But if you don't mind it, then I'd say you should definitely get this car, because yeah, you never see it. But the only issue is that it's just like super overpriced, so that might turn you away. But other than that, I'd say this is a solid car that you don't see, and it looks pretty quirky, so yeah. Alrighty, staying in 2012, the next car on the list is going to be the 2012 Falcon Fusion, aka the 2012 Ford Fusion. Now, you probably like never seen this either. I mean, it is called underrated cars for a reason, but you actually like probably never seen this car. You do got multiple trims, none of them require a game pass. The only one I like wouldn't recommend is the hybrid front wheel drive, because it kind of does have the same issue as the Fisker Karma, where if you set the cruise control to a certain speed, it like constantly revs up for no reason whenever you're just cruising. So that's the only annoying thing. So I wouldn't recommend the hybrid unless you want the range, but even then the range isn't the best. But I got the S front wheel drive, pretty cheap, starts at 9 grand. It's probably like one of my favorite generations of the Fusion. I just really like how it looks. Got the nice forward chime. It does have updated lights. It doesn't have any high beams, no fog lights, at least no working ones. But the rear lights are actually pretty cool. I like the design of the rear lights. I did lower mine quite a bit because the stock ride height, it was like monster truck height. But yeah, nothing much to say about this car. Yeah, it's just a cruiser, not much to do with it. Gets decent miles per gallon. I'd just say this is pretty much a roleplay car. Nothing much to say. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, I promise this is going to be the last curveball, and you are not going to expect this. So it's going to be the 2014 Bullhorn Vengeance, aka the 2014 Dodge Avenger. So you're probably like, well, what's so quirky about this? It's just a normal Dodge Econobox, you know. However, I am not recommending the SXT, the TR, the SE, none of that. I'm recommending the SFP6 or the SRT6. Now, a fun fact about this is actually a fictional trim. So this doesn't exist in real life, unfortunately. There is a Stormtrooper concept, which I'm pretty sure was supposed to be kind of like an SRT6, but that only stayed a concept and it did get scrapped. So this is kind of the closest you can get. You can get it in white to kind of look like it. But yeah, it does require the luxury game pass and it's 30 grand. The other trims don't require any. But I mean, let me just show you how crazy this car is. So first of all, you take a look and it doesn't look too exciting. You know, you got like the SRT bumpers. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. The model kind of sucks, but it's pretty old, so you can't blame it too much. Alright, and the startup sounds super normal, but wait until I rev it up. Yeah, that's literally a V6 with a supercharger, and that is just insane. It does have cool machine gun taillights. Yet again, it does have the ugly decal lights. This is going to be on every trim. No high beams, no fog lights, but it's just, it reminds you a lot of like the old Hellcats before they got remodeled. That's what it sounds like. And I did lower mine and change out the rims. The rims that come on the SRT6 are super ugly and like super massive, unless you're into that stuff, I guess. But I did lower mine and put new rims on, and it does look pretty decent. If I had updated lights, then I'd probably start driving this daily. And then right now I'm gonna do a quick speed test. Yeah, this thing is not bad at all. It is a little sluggish for how old it is, because a lot of the old cars were faster. But I mean, it's pretty much a sleeper, dude. Like, it's crazy. It'd be really cool if Greenville kind of did more fictional trims like this on newer cars. I mean, they kind of do, but not that much. Like, if a new Charger Daytona EV came out, like a fictional one, it would be super cool if they had a V8 version, like a Hellcat. So, and I feel like if Dodge ever gets removed, which I doubt they will, but if they ever do, I figure you're never going to see these and that these are going to become super rare. So I'd get your hands on one. If you have some cash laying around and you want something fun and cool and obscure, I'd say get the Avenger SRT6. It's hella cool. Alright, for the next car, it's going to be an SUV, and it's going to be the 2015 Stuttgart Vans, aka the 2015 Mercedes M-Class. So I actually did put this car on a YouTube short and some cars that you should buy, kind of similar to the videos, but I decided to throw this in the video just because. The base trim doesn't have a game pass. The 350, the one that I have, does have one, and the 400 also has a luxury pass, but it's kind of like a facelift. You can see like the different headlights and such. And yeah, it's pretty affordable. 29 grand, 34 grand, 26 grand for the base model, and I'd say that's a pretty good price for a Mercedes. I did mine in black, and I have this nice New York plate to kind of have a cool standout color. Pretty basic startup. What I do really like about it is it has running lights and it has kind of like halogen lights. It does have high beams as well. No fog lights, but the rear lights look super cool in my opinion. I think that looks sick. Has indicators, all LED, and the reason I put this on the list is just because of how it drives. It drives super smooth. I mean, it's a luxury SUV, so of course it's going to, but I mean, like, just taking corners, it's like effortless, especially on slow steering, which I have on at all times to be pretty realistic. It's silky smooth, bro. I don't know how to explain it. And yeah, if you want a SUV that's pretty luxurious, then I definitely recommend the Mercedes M-Class. So yeah. Alright, one of the last three vehicles. Starting off, we got the 2016 Bandit Predator, aka the 2016 Ford Falcon. Now, I actually did put this on the thumbnail of the old video, but I didn't put it in the video, and I kind of got accused for clickbaiting, so I was like, I'll put it in part 2. And here it is. So the base model, 22 grand, no game pass. You do have a lot of luxury trims and a lot of sport trims. You can get a nicer one with more chrome and such for 27 grand with some fog lights and all that. And you can get the top trim, the XR6 Turbo Sprint, which goes to 183 miles per hour and rear wheel drive, and it gets 29 miles per gallon for 53 grand. And I'd say that's a pretty good deal. You also got the XR8, which is pretty much the same car, It just doesn't have liveries, so you can kind of do like a sleeper if you want, and these are pretty quick. And there is also a ute variant as well, which is also pretty much the same as the sedan, but it's just a ute. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I do got both right here. So I got this one in orange. Looks pretty nice. I got an Oregon plate on it. Simple startup, nothing crazy. You did get high beams. On some of the higher trims, you can get this like kind of piece right here to like be a running light. I don't know exactly which trims, but I know on some of them this can be like a running light right here, which looks really nice. And if you want to go crazy, you can get the ute. I also got the base model of the ute right here. It does have a different rear end, pretty basic. Right hand drive once again, same startup. And yeah, it's just super cool and quirky looking. And yeah, if Ford were to get removed, I feel like you're never ever gonna see these, especially the sedan variant, because you know a lot of people choose the ute because it's unique and cool, and it's a ute. There's like barely any utes in the game, and so yeah, I just think it's cool. It's a cool factor. Yeah, that's just really cool cars, and you should definitely check one out. Alright, starting off with the final two cars. It's gonna be the 2016 Viking Toyslanda sedan, and the real life name of this car is the 2016 Volvo S60. And you can get a sedan and a wagon. I got both of them just to show off. So a lot of the trims do require the luxury game pass, but the base one doesn't require one. And I'd say they are really affordable actually for a luxury car. They like don't go above 25 grand, so I'd say that's a really good buy. They get like 32 miles per gallon. Same goes with the wagon. Nothing too much that's changed besides the fact that it's a wagon, of course. But yeah, I'll show off the sedan right here. I got this really nice beige color. I got this New York plate on it. Startup isn't too crazy. It does have fake exhaust tips, which is kind of funny. You do got nice low beams. You don't have any fog lights, you don't have any high beams, but you do have some really nice taillight designs. I really like that design. I also did lower mine a bit. The stock height is a little too much for me, so I just settled with that. And here's the wagon variant as well, which I also lowered, and it just looks really nice. You do got these signature kind of Volvo upright taillights that kind of climb up the rear pillars. This one has like different low beams though. It looks like a little smaller, I guess, or maybe it's just because it's a higher trim. And the rear taillights look really nice when they're on. They look super cool, pretty dope. If you like wagons, then I definitely recommend checking this out. And this guy just crashed into me. And now let's move on to the final car. And the final car is once again going to be another Volvo, the 2020 Viking Dakin, aka the 2020 Volvo S60 again. And let me just tell you, this car is so nice. I love this car so much. It has a lot of different trims. The one that I went with is the let me find it, the T8 Excellence. I went with this one. Or no, I went with this one, my bad, the Inscription T8. And yeah, there's a lot of trims. They do all require the luxury game pass, unfortunately, and they're a bit pricey. The highest trim goes up to about $60,000, $63,000. Yeah, 63k. But I'd say it's honestly worth it, and you did get 464 miles. This is a hybrid variant. Yeah, here it is right here. Super nice. I should lower a bit probably, and that's fine. Very nice exhaust. Has these cool exhaust tips right there. I got an Alaskan plate, which looks very big for some reason. That plate looks huge. You do got your low beams. You got running lights right there, which looks super pretty. That looks so pretty. No fog lights, but on the other variants there are fog lights. You got high beams right here, indicators, rear lights, and the rear lights when lit up looks super nice. And this is just so pretty looking. This is such a pretty car, and it's really quick too. For a luxury sedan, it's hella quick. I definitely recommend picking this car up, especially if you're a Volvo fan. It's just look at it. Look how pretty it is. However though, that is gonna do it for this video. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the last video, so I did make a part 2 of 11 more vehicles you should buy, and actually did have these vehicles planned for the first video. And with those vehicles included, even when I cut out a lot of the footage, like I tried to trim down as much as I could, it only ended up being like 30 minutes long. So yeah, I just saved it for another video, and yeah, here we are. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like these vehicles I recommended. Hope that they fit your fancy, or I don't know what the saying is, something like that. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but we are on the journey to 500 subs, so I'd greatly appreciate it. I will do more videos like this in the future, not only cars you should buy, but just like Greenville stuff in general. I could do like news if you guys want. I do got access to the Discord, so I can show y'all some sneak peeks and such. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.